So I'll start off by saying, hi everybody, I'm Ravi Brumbat. I'm the Director of Student Innovation and Entrepreneurship at HCC. It's a pleasure to be here to talk about career services and iEducate. Let's see, who else do I have? Anamaria? Let's make sure.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Anamaria Lopez. I'm the Associate Dean of Student Services, and I'm glad to be here today to share some information regarding career services.
Excellent. And from our career services, let's just have our first name intros. Let's start with Vonda.
Hello, everyone. My name is Vonda, and I am the Interim Manager for Career Services at the Southwest campuses.
Excellent. Mark?
Good morning, everyone. I'm Mark Kane, Job Placement Associates for HCC Southwest.
Claire?
Good morning, everybody. My name's Claire, and I'm a Career and Job Placement Specialist at the West Loop campus.
All right. Loretta? And Loretta, we're going to make sure you're unmuted, so please.
Good morning. My name is Loretta. I'm a Career and Job Placement Services at the Southwest campus in Stafford, Texas.
Excellent. All right, I think I've got everybody on the HCC Career Services. Let's make sure we do our tech check and sound check with our iEducate team. So Alexis?
Sure. Hi, good morning, everyone. Great to be with you. My name is Alexis Elafros. I am our Systems Development Manager, and I'm looking forward to sharing a little bit about this opportunity with you. So thank you for being here.
Excellent. And then is it Julio?
Yes, hi everyone. So my name is Julio Escobar. I've been with iEducate for a year and a half as a college readiness mentor, and just this past summer, I joined a team as an HR admin.
Excellent. And then Jazzy?
Hi, my name is Jazzy Johnson. I am a college readiness mentor. I've been with iEducate for a year and a half.
Excellent. And then looks like Samantha.
Hi, yes, I'm Samantha Sanchez. I'm a college ready mentor. I'm here at Elmore right now, and I'm excited to be here today to have the opportunity to talk to other people,
Awesome. All right, so I think that's kind of our full panel here. Thanks all of you for checking in. Video looks good, audio looks good, so I think we're good for a show. Our Facebook live stream has caught some of our students. It looks like we've got about 4 users who've joined in so far. And at this point, Anamaria, I'd like for you and I to kind of just talk about what is the goal. So let's start by talking about you and Southwest College, and this is your idea that we put this event on. So I'd like to just hear from you. What's your goal for the day?
Well, my goal for today is, I have 2 goals, okay? So my first goal for today is make sure that all of our students are aware of career services and what career services can do for them. A lot of the times, our students do not learn about our services until their last day. Into the last year, once they start working on resumes or start applying for jobs, looking for internships. But what we want to do with this is we want them to make sure that they learn about career services earlier in their career. We want them to make sure that they visit career services during this first semester, learn and make sure that they're following the correct career path by completing our career coach assessment. And we also want them to know that we're available for them here at any time to help them find a job now and even find a better job once they graduate. That's the main goal of our event today. And what a better way to do that with iEducate. iEducate has, as you mentioned earlier, has been our partner for a couple of years now, and they hire some of our students. And I think this will be an opportunity for our students not only to learn about career services, but also hear from some of our prior students or students that have been hired by iEducate. So thank you for helping us host this event, Ravi.
Oh, absolutely. And I'm a big fan of iEducate, having served as a board member for iEducate in the past, and being just a champion for what they do in the Houston region. So I'm so glad that we're kicking this off with them. Anamaria, so just to make sure, what is your role at Southwest College? I've heard your goals, so that's great for today. But I know you have a bigger scope for your work, so I'd like for our students to know who you are, and also let them know how they can get in touch with you.
Okay, well, perfect. So my name, well, it's Anamaria Lopez, and you can get in touch with me by calling me on 713-718-7979, and also via email, which is my first name, anamaria.lopez@hccs.edu. You can reach out to me at any time. And what do I do for you? Or what can I do for you? Can I help you with anything, any type of assistance that you need? I oversee a couple of departments. We have enrollment services, we have career services, recruitment opportunities, and I'm just here to provide you support to make sure that you have a better experience when you come to college. As a matter of fact, I was an HCC employee, HCC student myself. And one of the reasons as of why I decided to stay in education is because I want to support students, making sure that they are able to complete their career here, and then also show them that it's possible to grow within our institution at HCC and any goals that they set up for themselves. My first job at HCC was a work study, and I'm now the associate dean. So it is possible, and we're just here, like I said, to provide support to the students, make sure that they can navigate through the admissions process accordingly, and then any hiccups that they may encounter along the way, I'm here to make sure that we eliminate those hiccups for them.
That's amazing. So there's a dedicated point of contact at the Southwest College. Any student needing any type of help, one point of contact is Anamaria Lopez. Her name is on the screen, her title's on the screen. So if I were you, I would just save that and look for her to get in touch with, because she's there to support you. So Anna, that's awesome. Anna, we have a whole department joining us with HCC Career Services. Could you tell us a little bit about who we have from Career Services, and let's give them an opportunity to share a little bit about what they do.
Perfect. So I'm gonna go ahead and introduce you everyone to our Career Services Interim Manager. Her name is Vonda Dargin. Ms. Vonda, can you tell us a little bit more about Career Services and the rest of the Career Services team that we have online today?
Yes, thank you so very much, Dean Anamaria and Ravi. I am Vonda Dargin, and I'm the interim manager for the Southwest campuses of Houston Community College. And I just want students to know that team-wise, and I say team because it takes a team of people to make everything work. And my team is the most wonderful thing to me because they're the ones that help you do what it is that you need to do. I have Claire Brown, who's one of our specialists, Loretta Lyons, and Mark Kane, who are specialists as well. And the overall goal is to help you sort out what it is that your goals are and get to where you dream to be one day. And Career Services can help you with everything from deciding on a major to job preparation, getting the professional attire needed, to just helping you overall with your career development. So we're here today to help with iEducate. We've had several students be hired by them, and it's a wonderful opportunity for students to not just learn while you earn, but to also help other students as they are trying to come through. And it's just a cycle to help one another. And iEducate does a wonderful job with the Career Mentor Program. and preparing young college students to help the next coming generation. So we do appreciate them, and we love working with them and partnering with them to hire our students.
And then Wanda, you've got a team with you. Tell us who you have, and I'll be sharing their full names as you introduce them. But let's give all of them, an opportunity to share how people can get in touch with them and what they do.
Okay, so Claire Brown is our full-time specialist, and Miss Claire works dual jobs. She's remote. She can assist you remotely as well as at the West Loop campus. Claire Brown, let's see, what else do we want to know? She does everything. She's a wealth of knowledge when it comes to employers, preparing students for interviews. You name it, she can do it. Miss Loretta Lyons is one of our job placement associates. And I think the video that we want to share, Mr. Mark Kane sums it up best. A lot of what you will hear in our job titles and our names can be misleading, because I have the best team that does what I call caring and sharing, and they want to share with the students what it is that we can do for them. So Loretta Lyons is at the Stafford location. Mr. Mark Kane is at the West Loop location. So Ravi, if they each want to speak and share a little bit about themselves, Claire, you can go first.
Excellent. Thanks so much, Vonda. My name is Claire, and I'm looking at two different computer screens. So if it looks like I'm not looking at you, I really am looking at everybody. Again, Claire Brown. I have been with HCC for about 1.5 years now, but I've been in career research and development for almost 20 years. It is my passion. I say that we have the best jobs on any campus wherever we are, because we help fulfill the dream. So you do the hard work. You figure out how you can pay to go to school. You sit in classrooms and you learn. You do all those things. And then we're there to help you kind of package that all together. We're there for your soft skills, for your resumes, to do mock interviews, to make some connections, to give you a hug and to give you a coming to Jesus cock if you need it. We're here to, you do the heavy lifting, but we're there with you every step of the way. It is my passion. I love working with all of our students. People ask me if I have children, and I say thousands, because in 20 years, I've had thousands of children, and some are older than me and look very different than I do, but they're still my kids. So anyway, I'm part of a team only for 1.5 years, the best team I've ever worked with, the people that have cared the most out of any institution I've been involved with. So I'm proud to say that I belong to Southwest Career Services. And you'll have a chance to meet Mr. Mark and Miss Loretta, and you'll see why I just said that. And before they get the hook, I'm going to say thank you. And I'm going to be quiet now, which my team's going to be very happy about, because I talk a lot. Thank you for joining us.
Miss Loretta, thank you so very much, Claire. Miss Loretta, would you please introduce yourself and go next? You're on mute, Miss Loretta.
Good morning again. My name is Loretta Lyons. I'm at the Stafford campus, like Vonda said. I came here about 5 years ago as a part-time worker. I was supposed to be here for the summer, and I'm still here. It's 5 years later, and I'm still here. I did attend HCC while I was working on my 4-year degree. I took classes at HCC, and 20 years later, I'm back, okay? One of the things that was not mentioned, we do get the students job ready. We work to take you from education to employment. We make sure that your resume is what it should be. We also offer mock interviews to help you with your interview techniques. And we offer a bunch of workshops for the students as well. So I'm just happy to say that I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to be working with the students, and I really enjoy working with them.
Thank you so very much, Miss Loretta. And as you can see, we have what we called a very close connection with our team. Before I introduce Mr. Mark, I want to share real quick a sweet story. As we logged on this morning, I realized that one of the students is one of my former students that I know, and we talked about he did not want to go to college. He's going to share his story with you later, but just know that our team is here to try to help encourage and motivate you. And I'm so glad to see that words from yesteryear motivated one of my babies to move forward. And now he is actually an iEducate employee and doing so very well. With that said, I want to have our wonderful Mr. Mark Kane. I'm having him go last because he's going to lead into a little video where he is actually the highlight that's going to share with you more about career services and what we can do. So Mr. Mark, if you'd introduce yourself, please.
All right, thank you very much. My name is Mark Kane. I'm the Job Placement Associate housed at West Loop, Houston Community College Southwest West Loop location. I've been with HCC for 6 years now, working part-time, but we give full-time effort. You'll hear each of our colleagues tell you that we have a passion for what we do. It is our passion to help you succeed. And I want you to understand that our department actually is the best kept secret at HCC, because we do help you to make the transition from education to employment. We're the ones that get your job ready to interconnect or to connect with employers. So it's so important that you understand that you can make this very same strides that Dean Anamaria shared with you. Anything is possible. She shared with you that she went from being a student to now she's an associate dean. And so one of the quotes I want to leave with you is this. I forget who actually, where it really originated from, but it says, don't downgrade your dream to match your reality, upgrade your faith to match your destiny. And that can actually be done here at HCC. If you take advantage of all the wonderful resources and services that we provide for you. We even have some consultants that have partnered with us that will actually give our students interview clothing, free interview clothing, after we make them job ready with their resumes, and also give them mock interviews to be confident and secure when they go to meet with an employer. So all the job skills that you need, all the soft skills that you need, we can equip you with that. Your teachers will equip you with the knowledge that you need in order to acquire your technical skills. Just trust us, believe our passion is real, and you will be a success.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Wonderful words of inspiration. Like I said, I love my team. As you can see, we love what we do. And so we just look forward to having more students come visit us. We can work with you to find employment with wonderful companies such as iEducate. But I wanted Mr. Ravi to, at this time, if you wouldn't mind sharing the short video about career services and some of the things that we actually do on the campus to encourage the students to work with us.
Sure, you got it. So I am now going to play a quick YouTube video. Let's make sure that it captures. If I could just have one person confirm that they're able to see the YouTube.
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
And then just to make sure that our Facebook also does the same, give me a second. Need to quickly update our share screen. Make sure that that's also being shared. And if not, then what we'll do is we'll go ahead and
I think.
All right. So our Facebook is also seeing the share. Here comes. We'll do a sound check as well, and looks like the sound is good. Yes. All right. All right. Seeing thumbs up. So let's make this work.
we began our year working toward our job fairs. We normally have one per semester. And this is to introduce the students to the employers, hopefully to match the employers with their major. But before that, what a lot of people don't realize, we prepare them. We have workshops that are prepared utilizing the services and resources that we offer. It's important that a student knows what it means to get job ready. And that's really what we do. We get them job ready. To call us a job placement services department is kind of a misnomer because it causes you to think that we're guaranteeing them a job. No, we're guaranteeing to prepare them to be ready to put themselves in position in order to acquire their job. And it's important for you to know that some of the things that we offer in terms of our resources and in terms of the services that we provide. Now, before the job fair, our students had access to workshops that included resume writing. It included how to sharpen your skills for a virtual interview. There was also a workshop dealing with how to sharpen your soft skills as well. But most importantly, business etiquette, how to present themselves before an employer. Also dress for success, whether it was in person or virtual, they needed to know that the first impression is a lasting impression. And we're blessed to be partnered with a company called Dress for Success. And that's the company that has partnered with HCC to allow our female students opportunity to get interview clothing. And also for our men, the company that has partnered with us is called Career Gear. And what these companies do is fabulous. They will give our students, if they can show that they are going to have an interview soon, whether it be a job fair or an actual interview at a company, they will give them a whole matching suit of clothes for that first interview. And if they get hired, they can come back and get I think 3 days to a week's worth of clothing. And that's just incredible. So we're grateful for that. It's important that they attend these job fairs so that they can show their best selves as opposed to just sending in a resume. Because if their resume is not up to snuff, as we hope that it is, you know, they have a second chance to win over the employer. So that's why we have these job fairs, and also to fill the need of the employer, because we're very grateful that hundreds of employers have partnered with us already. It's important that our students understand that not only corporations are there or your general businesses are there, there are also nonprofit organizations come. I see Catholic Charities are there, in addition to Bank of America, Almeka Energy, Cypress Fairbank, ISD is there, Transit Police are there. Over 60 employers have opted to be with us. When they go to look for a job, they need to understand every company has different departments within it. And so you can work your way up into that particular department. I want to emphasize to our students to let them know how important it is that you get with the Career and Job Placement Services Department immediately after you register for school, because we could have connected you with an employer for an internship before you finish your academics. And it was money, energy, and heartbreak if you decide to major in something that's not really your passion. That's what we're here to do. We're here to connect you with your personality, with your passion. And so that involves career development. That's what we help you with. And it all begins with a career assessment test. Then you move from there to begin to explore your options. Now it's time to decide what you're going to major in, what HCC offers in that area. So you're not losing time, you're benefiting from this. And finally, you take action. We help you to link with a company. And now it begins to all come together just before you graduate, whether you're getting a certification or whether you're getting an associate's. And before you know it, you have smoothly moved into that particular path that you have chosen, and you wake up every day and you're excited about going to work because it's not just a job, it's a career. And that's what we really want to help you with.
All right, so let me stop the share here. That's great. And let's make sure that our right window is shared back, our Zoom. And we'll stop any ads that pop up. So here we go. Anna, welcome back. So that was great to see the Career Services Office. We're about 27 minutes into this live stream, so we're right at introducing our partner, iEducate. So I want to take a few seconds here to just share a quick story why I think iEducate works, and then I'm going to pass it on to Alexis and her team to tell us about what they do and so on. So The motto of my office, Anna, is all about building awareness and inspiring action. My charge from HCC, my position didn't, so Director of Student Innovation and Entrepreneurship didn't really exist 5 years ago. It was sort of a vision submitted to the Vice Chancellor at the time and the Chancellor, and they created the position. They said, you know what, this looks like something we should do. We should have competitions and hackathons, and these outside the class activities are all intending to help our students build awareness about things that they care about or things in their community, and then to inspire action for them to actually do something about these issues. So I got a chance to meet with the president, or now the president of iEducate a few years ago, Dr. Rupa Gear. And then prior to Dr. Rupa Gear, the founder of iEducate, in 2007, I got a chance to meet the gentleman who passed away due to cancer, and really just his vision about, we need students that look like the students to come inspire students in STEM. So the idea was we have all these college students that are in our community. They've grown up in A-Leaf ISD or Houston school districts, Fort Bend and Spring and so on. They're local, they're born here, right? Then why are we not engaging them to come share why they're going to college? What are they aspiring to do? And long story short, HCC became one of the partners for iEducate. We signed an MOU. Our chancellor signed the MOU in supporting basically HCC honor students to co-teach math and science at the time at the local HISD elementary schools. And it's now been a tremendous partnership, I think, over 4 years. Our MOU is, by the way, up for renewal. It renews every 2 years. So this is the third cycle, which is great. But I share this story because our honor students started the process by, those who cared about, fixing math and science scores in our schools. Those who knew that, hey, Houston wasn't competitive in the global landscape of the tech jobs that are there. What can we do? Those students actually got their hands dirty, per se, by taking action, by going to iEducate, becoming an iEducate college readiness mentor, and started to teach or co-teach in the classrooms. And now the program's evolved. So I'm going to let Alexis tell us a little bit more about iEducate and it's doing. So Alexis, I'm going to pass the mic to you. If you can unmute what's happening at iEducate, and tell us about your team and the opportunities for our HCC students at iEducate. Let us even know the impact that our students are making by being part of the iEducate Fellowship. Alexa?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much, Ravi, for the introduction. And it was great to hear from everyone. Honestly, I was not aware of the wealth of resources that exist here at Career Services and HCC. So it was wonderful to hear a little bit about that. Yeah, so really exciting things going on here at iEducate. We are currently gearing up for our summer support. So as everybody knows, COVID-19 has dramatically impacted student learning this past school year, right? And we had students who were already potentially behind, that we were already increasing their academic growth to the best of our ability. And then we have students that now are working from home. We have not been able to engage them in the same way that traditionally we are able to. And so, we're really working to kind of remediate those students and come back through and make those academic gains happen, right? So the summer support model that we're doing this summer is super important. Because we do know that students have fallen behind. And so we're kind of trying to catch them up as much as possible. So I'm going to share a little bit about that opportunity, that you all have to join our team this summer. But of course, we do also have our core model, which is our school year model, right? So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen to just kind of facilitate a little bit of this conversation. So let's hope that this works. Can everyone see my screen? Yes, awesome, okay. Awesome. So, as Robbie mentioned, just to kind of give you, I guess, a brief high-level overview of what it is that we do. We are a nonprofit organization. We essentially connect college students, right, who, could potentially one day become teachers. They might be education majors, they might not be. And we connect you all with elementary children, okay? So we work with kinder through fifth graders, supporting all content areas, so reading, writing, math, and science. And you're basically partnered with a teacher, a district teacher in an elementary school classroom, and you work, alongside them to help grow their students, right? You're kind of a fusion between a tutor and a mentor, you could say, where you're really helping them with that academic instruction. You're supporting the teacher's whole group lessons, you're walking around, you're monitoring students, but you're also pulling small groups. And so you're, working with students, maybe 3 to 5 students at a time. These are likely students who did not grasp the skill the first time around in whole class. And so you're kind of coming back through and, working with them in a more personalized learning setting that can better meet their needs. So of course that is the academic piece, but you are also really just a role model, a mentor. They look up to you guys so much. You're way cooler than their teachers to them. That's for sure, and so they really kind of trust you all, and they know that you're in college, that, you potentially are from the same neighborhood or even attended the same elementary school, that they are now attending. And so they really relate to you guys. They really, just end up, you end up having a really transformative impact on their lives. So I'll share a little bit about that here in a second, but that is our core model. And so, by doing this, what do you gain, right? Like, what do you guys get out of it? Of course, we do pay $12 per hour. That, in my opinion, is, I guess, our baseline in terms of the things that you get back from us. I do think that, of course, we are providing you all with the tuition support that is needed. But in addition to that, there's so many other opportunities for growth that exist here. And that $12 per hour, by the way, is a baseline. We do have potential opportunities for leadership roles, things like that. We did just bring Julio, who you'll hear from here in a second, onto our administrative team to support us this summer. And so, there are leadership opportunities with pay increases, attached to those, of course. But beyond that, right, beyond the pay, if you want to be a teacher, you do receive incredible hands-on teaching experience. If you, as some of you may or may not know, if you are an education major, you may not actually end up doing your observation hours or finding yourself in the classroom until maybe your junior year of college. And so by joining us, of course you can join us even if you are a junior or a senior, but especially if you're able to join, as a freshman, as a sophomore, you're able to really get that hands-on experience that you may not be able to receive up until you do have those observation hours as an education major. So, that's really amazing. You do also just form these beautiful relationships with your teacher. So again, for my education majors, for my people who do want to be teachers, they're kind of your mentor teacher. You kind of learn the ropes from them. You're getting all this experience being integrated into their classroom over the course of 2, 3, 4 years. And then upon that graduation date, really all of our college students, if they want to stay on at that school, they are able to. You basically are guaranteed a job. Our principals hire our we call them college readiness mentors. That would kind of be your official title, or a CRM for short. So, they hire their CRMs to become teachers, to become interventionists, upon graduation as well, right? So that's kind of if you do want to be a teacher. I will say the majority of the people in our program do not want to be teachers, at least when they enter, the program. So please do not feel like that is a requirement. You do not have to be an education major. You do not need to have any prior experience working with children. But, if you do want to just have a meaningful impact on your community, connect with people, there is a place here for you as well, right? So we do have extensive trainings and just kind of development opportunities. It sounds like you have a wealth of that in addition, to your HCC career services. But, this way you're able to also connect with college students across Houston. We do hire, of course, many of our students come from HCC, but we hire from, UH, Lone Star, UHD, TSU, like all the colleges. And so you're really able to expand your network, use each other to get jobs eventually or upon graduation as well. And also just, form those meaningful human connections that will sustain you throughout your college years, right? So that is a really big bonus. And then, of course, I think that the main reason, or I hope that the main reason that all of our college students are in the classroom, and certainly why I am here, is because you just have an incredible opportunity to have a transformational impact, on the next generation of students, right? You're really coming in and uplifting them. Like I said, they truly, obsess over you. Like they think that y'all are the coolest people ever. They're like, oh my gosh, it's a college student in my room. They have a million crazy questions for you about college and about you as people and, all of that. And so you're really able to just mold them, and be that support for them as well, which we know, especially post-COVID, is just so incredibly important, right? The social emotional needs of students is going to be a top priority moving into this next school year, as it always has been, but if more so than ever, right? So these are kind of the different pieces that you would gain from joining our program. And then this is just kind of a sample schedule. If you're thinking like, okay, how am I going to actually do this? I have classes, I have so many things going on. One of my favorite parts personally about my job is working with college students, right? And I get to work with people who potentially this is your very first job. Potentially, you're not like used to working in like a professional work environment yet. You're kind of getting your bearings and things like that. And we absolutely love that. We're very, we love working with people for the first time, and we're very accommodating, I suppose, of different, college student schedules. So this is kind of what you might see. These are just two different examples. So we have teacher A. So in teacher A's classroom, they have two CRMs, two college readiness mentors, one that's coming on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and the other that's coming Tuesday, Thursday, right? So you're able to kind of rearrange your college classes around on those opposite days and then attend, class with iEducate on those opposite days. Of course, it doesn't always fall that cleanly. That is ideal, but you might have classes that you have to take in the afternoons, or things like that, right? So then you see here in teacher B, we have one college student that comes all mornings and then one that comes all afternoons, right? So you see, we kind of puzzle piece it together a little bit. These are just two different examples. But that said, we really don't place people who cannot work at least, I would say, 12 hours in the week, just because we know that you need to be that consistent support for the students. If you're only there like a couple hours on a Friday or something like that, you're not able to, build those really meaningful relationships with students and with your teacher. So for that reason, we do require that you have about 12 hours, free. But beyond that, we will work with you to do our best to schedule you. And then, requirements to be in our program. Of course, you have to be eligible to work in the United States. So, of course, U.S. citizen, permanent resident, EAD, DACA, F1 students, we accept all of that as long as you are eligible. And of course, you do have to be enrolled in college. So all of you check that box. Like I mentioned, you would need to be able to commit those 12 hours, and that is within the 7:30 to 3 p.m. timeframe. We do work during the school day. So that is kind of a required component as well. And you see here that we say we do require a 3.0 GPA plus. I would say that this is something that we are willing to look at, okay? So if you maybe had a, you struggled a little bit your freshman year and it brought your GPA down, or, we look at the whole applicant. Okay, so I totally encourage you, even if you are not quite at that benchmark, go ahead and apply, tell us what happened in your application. There's some opportunities for you to do that. And, we'll kind of get to know you and assess the whole applicant. We know that GPA is absolutely not everything. So that's kind of that piece of it. And like I mentioned, any major can apply, right? You do not need to be an education major. No prior experience is required. We're really just looking for passionate people, who have the heart to do this type of work. So that's really like our number one requirement, I would say. So in terms of next steps, if you are interested, there's a couple different pieces to get this going. In terms of summer, we do have an interest form that maybe Ravi, I can push to you, and you can, go ahead and put that in the chat. So I'll drop that link in just a second here. But that's the best way if you do want to work for us in the summer. We are not having you submit an application as of right now. We are just having you do the interest form because we are looking to get you started very, very quickly. So, if you are interested in the summer, I would say go ahead, submit that interest form that I will drop a link to in chat in just a moment here. If you are interested in working for us in the school year, in the fall, that's when we would have you go ahead and submit your application. It is live on our website, or you can visit apply.ieducateusa.org, and that will push you, right through. Once you do either and or one of those, right, either the interest form or the application, that's when we're going to look at your application, look at your interest form, and potentially schedule you for an interview. Our interviews do take place over Zoom, so it will be held virtually. I think it is going to be a very unintimidating interview, nothing to be nervous about. It will likely be with me, or if not me, one of the other members of my team. But we are all very friendly. I don't think any of us are intimidating. So if this is like your first job or potentially your first, interview, nothing to be nervous about. We're just looking to get to know you. Okay, so fourth and final step, of course, is going to be to attend that interview. And then from there, we'll kind of get you onboarded and all of that. And I do have just a quick little timeline here for what that would look like. So basically we are, and this is really the timeline for the fall. For summer, we're doing it quick, okay? So we are actively interviewing right now for summer positions, and those are going to be taking place starting, some schools start June 7, you know, and kind of go through like mid-July. So those are creeping up on us real quick here. But if you are interested in the fall position, we'll be interviewing for that throughout the summer. What happens then is, assuming that, you know, you're brought onto our team and, you know, you accept the position, we push a scheduling survey to you. So you let us know, okay, these are the days I'm able to work. We get your paperwork, you know, all of your forms completed. And then we do our best to find a school placement for you. You know, so we look at your preferences, your location, what subject do you want to teach? What grade level are you most likely, you know, would you most like to teach? And from there, we do our best to match you to a school. We get you trained, okay? So you attend what we call iEducate Academy, which gives you all of the basic strategies that you need to just go ahead and get started in the classroom. And then we will, you know, get you started. So that's kind of what the timeline looks like, with most of our positions likely opening up in September. But of course, you would need to apply and get trained and everything in the months leading up. So again, I totally encourage you to go ahead and submit your interest form, and if you'd like, your application as well. So let me really quickly, I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing my screen, and I'm going to drop that link in the chat. Ravi, are you able to push that to them?
Yeah, I mean, if you share that in the chat, FYI, just apply.ieducate.org has been pushed in the chat.
Okay.
So you'll still capture.
Okay, perfect. So that's
those as well.
Okay, great. So that's perfect. And then this is right here is the link to the interest survey. So if you do want to participate in our summer program, that's where you would let us know right there. So that said, that's really all that, you know, the information that I have to share. But I know that the people who can share about this the best are the people who are actually out there doing the hard work in the classrooms for us. So I am going to go ahead and open it up to my panelists. So for my panelists, can you all please just share? I know we went around briefly, but if you could just share again your name, you know, how long you've worked with us, and I guess what maybe your career goals are. Are you looking to be a teacher? Are you not? You know, what are you kind of looking to do in the future? So whoever wants to start, we'll start with the brave one.
I'll go.
Thanks, Jazzy.
Okay, my name is Jazzy Johnson. I've been with iEducate for almost a year and a half now. I honestly kind of got into it by accident. Well, not by accident, but I saw the flyer at HCC one day and I thought it looked, you know, interesting. So I was like, oh, I would do this. Like, I love kids. So I didn't want to be a teacher. I still don't really want to be a teacher, but working with iEducate did make me want to work with kids more. I'm a psychology major. I was intending to just do marriage and family counseling, but I really wanted to do child psychology after working with iEducate. Working there in classrooms and behind the scenes, you kind of get to see more of what the kids go through and what happens with kids and the things they need. So it kind of, it just showed me that kids need more than, you know, just coming and learning. They require more, and certain kids need that extra attention. So it did make me want to work with kids a bit more. Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing, Jazzy.
Yeah.
Samantha, can you share as well?
Yes. Okay. Hi, everybody. I'm Samantha Sanchez. I got the great opportunity to work with iEducate back in the summer of 2019. My high school teachers always pushed me. You know, they knew my limits and they pushed me to. iEducate opened the doors for me, which I'm so thankful for. I don't want to become a teacher, but now that I'm more into the career, it's like I love helping the community. I love helping kids, you know. I'm actually going for college for criminal justice, DEA to be specific. I'm thinking of going back to the teaching field though, because I do love it. How Jessie said, you know, kids need more than just educational. And I love to be their role model, because a lot of them see me as, they actually mistake me sometimes for like hermana is sister, you know, and it's like, wait, like they don't have that, you know. A lot of them come from different countries. They're new to to the US, and being able to help them, it just puts me in a position where I went through that. I'm a bilingual, I'm with a bilingual teacher now, and I was in their position once. So like seeing that I can help them just brightens up my day. It makes me, seeing their progress makes me so happy. So yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Samantha. I love to hear that. And then Julio, can you share a little bit about, how long you've been with us and your career goals?
Of course. So I've been with iEducate for a year and a half already, and I actually started January 2020, and everything was going all smooth and everything. I was getting the flow of everything. But of course, that's when the pandemic hit and it just like abruptly ended everything. However, I had the privilege to be part of the iEducate virtual pilot, in which I help students transition from in-person learning to virtual learning. So that was a great experience. And from my experience, I can say that I've gained so many skills. I've learned how to be a better leader. I've learned how to be a better mentor. And, I've, it's made me think what I really want to do in life. And, it made me realize I like mentoring. So that's something I'm looking forward to do later on in the future. And I work with iEducate because I enjoy helping the students, just like my teachers and Miss Dargin helped me when I was in high school. I want to give back to my community where I grew up, and I really emphasize with these kids so much because I know what it's like to not have the resources. So to be able to be there for the students and actually provide those resources for them and motivate them to aim for higher education just motivates me to go to work each day. So I highly suggest anyone that's interested in applying to iEducate to do so as soon as possible, because it is a challenging job, but it's also really rewarding.
Thank you, Julio. I appreciate, you sharing that. Yeah, so in a second here, I'm going to go ahead and open it up to anybody who might have some questions for our panelists. So be thinking of your question. Feel free to drop a question, in the chat if you do have one. But in the meantime, I was just going to ask if any of you have, I guess, a memory, a favorite moment with a student, with your teacher, just something that you would like to share in terms of like a favorite memory that you have had working with iEducate. So again, we can start with whoever would like to share.
I've had a bunch of really good memories. I can say that there's never really been a bad memory with any of the kids or the teachers. I've been fortunate enough to have worked with like the most wonderful teachers ever that I could ask for in the whole year and a half I've worked for iEducate. But a memory that stands out the most to me is last year I graduated from HCC. And we were doing virtual learning at the time, and they had little mini cap and gowns and a graduation celebration for me and little signs saying congratulations for graduating. That's one of my best memories so far.
Yeah, that's beautiful that they were, willing to celebrate you. And that's really what we see, and all of you, I know, like you really end up connecting with your teacher and with the students. And it's like, you're like a little family unit. Like you really are so, so connected. So I'm glad that you were able to experience that too. Samantha, Julio, do either of y'all have a memory to share?
Yes. So a memory I would like to share. I have so many, like Jessie said, there's never a dull moment in this program. But recently, whenever I started here at Elmore, I had a student. He was so shy. He was really negative towards himself and towards everything in general. But once I came into the classroom, I went one by one with each student, and I got to know them personally one-on-one. But slowly but surely, I started doing quizzes on quizzes, or I started doing arts and crafts, hands-on activities. And I usually do things that they like, to get them motivated and to get them to get to do it more than anything. And even my teacher said, like, she was so happy that he started opening up slowly but surely. He started seeing the brighter side of things. And just seeing that, it made me so happy, because he came from a really dark place. He went through so much in his personal life as well as in school. He has sped, and just seeing him progress and seeing him open up and seeing him, like the bright side of him just made me so happy because I've never seen him laugh before. And just not too long ago, like he was laughing. I was like, what? Like he's laughing. Like that's an amazing feeling, you know, just seeing that you can change a little kid's the way they think, you know, just seeing that is just so rewarding to us. So yeah, that was so happy.
That's beautiful. I'm so glad that you were able to experience that. Thanks for sharing, Samantha. Julio, what about you?
Yeah, so similar to Samantha, I had this one student who grabbed my attention, but that's because this specific student was really like quiet and shy, which reminds me of me back in my days. And everyone else, you know, they would talk to each other, but this student, he wouldn't talk to no one. He would just like sit in the desk and that would be it. So once I realized that, I assigned him a task. So my task for him was to go up to a student just each week and just introduce himself. He could say stuff like, "This is my name, this is what I like." And the first week, it didn't go too well. And that student actually started like kind of crying because of how nervous he was to introduce himself to another student. However, I assured him, it's okay. This is your first time, going up to your peer and talking to them. And he was like, okay, I'll give it a try one more time. And so the following week, it was slightly better, but he was still having trouble. However, by the end of this semester, it's funny because he actually became like the class clown, I would say. And it's amazing to see that improvement from being in his shell to eventually being the class clown and actually making friends within his class. And I feel that's really important, especially nowadays. I feel like students need to make those connections from an early age, so that way they can, better be prepared for the future. And seeing that improvement, it makes me realize that I'm actually making a difference in these students' life. And it brings me so much joy and happiness.
That's so beautiful, Julio. I've never even heard that story. So thank you so much for sharing that. And that's really what it's all about, right? I mean, teachers have up to, anywhere from 30 to even like 90 students, right? If they have students, rotating in and out of their classrooms. And of course, they're doing their very best to meet those students' needs. Our teachers are absolutely amazing. But by partnering them with a college student, that teacher wouldn't have had time to have endless conversations with that student, pushing them out of their comfort zone and doing those different things, and so that's really at the end of the day what it's about. That's the type of impact that you would be able to have, so anyway, I appreciate you sharing, Julio. Ravi, do you know if we have any questions in the chat that we can answer?
Yeah, so Alexis, by the way, apologies, because I called you Alexa a couple of times, thanks to Amazon.
No problem.
A household name, but it's Alexis. So Alexis, thank you so much for sharing a little bit about iEducate and how people could get in touch. And these the three students you've shared with us here, these are success stories of students already in the iEducate program. All of you have said you found a flyer on the campus and you applied. And the career services group here has shared that they can help you. They can help you get prepared for this interview. They can help you put prepare with a mock interview, but also get your resumes in place and apply towards the iEducate program. So the questions I'm going to have, and I'm looking at the clock here, we're about 4 minutes to wrap this event up. We can always stay over a little bit. And I'm looking at the Facebook stats here. It looks like we've had people come in and go. So far, 87 people have seen the post. 59 of them have engaged by either playing or have started to play. But I think what we did is we gave out the link in the chat. So I think you're gonna get a lot more people applying, and that's probably where you'll see the impact of the event, is how many people apply. But my question for all of you, all four of you, is this is really passionate work, and you're getting paid for it, and you're making an impact. As you work on your college degrees, I'd like to know, what is it for Julio, Samantha, and Jazzy? What is it that you're looking forward to? Is it finishing your college or finishing your iEducate fellowship, or is it becoming a teacher? What is it that you're looking forward to, and was that the plan when you started iEducate? We could do a round robin. Anyone who wants to take it? Samantha, Julio. Go ahead.
Actually, for a long time, I've kind of been dreading like graduating because I know I wouldn't be able to work here anymore. But I'm kind of excited to kind of see how iEducate will help me when I become a child psychologist, like how the experience will benefit that part of it. I think like all the learning and knowing what to do will help me only get better as I go along. So I think as far as leaving, it'll be bittersweet.
So I know that Alexis, and you can help me out here, is not only do you invest for the elementary students, but you invest in the college readiness mentor as well. So you provide mentoring and services to the mentors as well. So I know eventually they'll move out into the industry. Anything you want to share there, Alexis, about the different services for the college readiness mentors that iEducate offers?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's really about kind of our professional development. So, they have the opportunity to attend their school's professional development as well, alongside teachers in many instances. So again, if you're looking to go into education, or even if, psychology, we have a lot of, nurses who want to, work with babies or with children, people like that who do really are interested in those types of skills. That really does help build them. But I think beyond that, the main contribution, or the main development that we provide is really just the mentorship from the administrative team, and also just our professional developments that we host, right? So the ones that we host, we're able to connect them with people who are like-minded, and that they care about this, they're passionate about their work with children, but they're really interacting with very diverse groups of people. This is a very unique opportunity, I think, to work alongside people who you would not normally encounter, and I don't know what would better prepare you for the workforce than doing something like that, right? So that in addition to just like the different speakers that we bring into our professional developments, things like that. And I must say it makes a lot of sense that this HCC Career Services has these vast just array of tools for you all, because our HCC students come in so prepared, and just it's truly amazing and wonderful to see. So anyway, I think between what we provide, and also, what it looks like the career services department is also really working hard on providing, I feel like we do kind of mold our people, and we love, them so much, and truly it's saddening to me to think about Jazzy leaving us, or anybody on this call, leaving us. So yes, we really do connect with our people, and we do our best to develop them along the way as well.
Excellent. So, I often say that these are change makers, Anna. These are change-making students. Not only are they working on their careers at HCC, well, their education and their careers with iEducate and HCC, but they're making an impact for the community. They're inspiring the younger ones to get into a STEM major. And that's the power of a community college student, is it's that they, if they really wanted to, they can make a huge impact in the world. So it all starts with, getting in touch with any of the HCC college career services folks that were on the call. Also filling out that form that Alexis shared for the summer interest. It's in the chat. Also following up and applying for iEducate, apply.ieducate.org, which was the post headline. And then just getting engaged. There's a famous person, most of you may not know him, but Woody Allen said, success, so 90% of success in life is showing up, right? Just showing up. So just show up. You never know where that's going to take you, and the journey from there. Just enjoy the journey. And so far, I know personally, I've felt iEducate has provided hundreds of students opportunities to make that impact in their communities, as well as earn a side income, right? And I'm aware of some students who've got scholarships to go to Nigeria and have come back and become full-time students. In fact, Amanda Mathieu, who I believe will be joining iEducate soon, is a former HCC student, one of my mentees that I work with. So we're so proud to see so many HCC students working as well as making an impact in the community. So Anna, I'm going to pass it back to you, and just, this was a vision project you've allowed all of us to work on. So thank you. I hope we can do this again. This was our first time. We've never done this on our group. So hopefully we could do this again. But Anamaria, I'm going to ask you to offer some closing remarks and how people can get in touch with you. And let's see when we can do the next one.
Yes. Well, again, everyone, thank you for joining us today. It was a pleasure. We really want you to know as a student that we are here to provide you support, not only to complete your education, but we want to make sure that you are successful in the career that you choose to do, to follow. And iEducate can help you, as you heard with Jesse and Samantha and Julio. They can help you identify whether the career field that you're seeking to complete is what you need or what you're truly passionate about, or it can help you find your passionate. Jesse doesn't want to leave iEducate. Samantha is considering changing careers because of this. And then Julio is just passionate about helping our other students succeed and everyone that he touches. So we're here to provide support to the community. So if you want to reach out to us, we are back on campus. So we're on campus Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. We have all of our services on campus. We also have our services on Zoom. So please make sure that you visit our virtual lobby on Zoom. Like I said, I did provide my email earlier, Anamaria.Lopez at hccs.edu. And like I can say, I can help you with pretty much anything that you need. If for some reason I don't have the answer, I'll make sure that I get the answer and the support that you need. But our main goal here is to ensure that you are successful in your career and that we are here to provide support. Thank you, Robbie, again, for having this event for us. We are looking forward. I think this is a great opportunity, not only to connect with our students, but also to connect with our employers and make sure that our students learn about these job opportunities that we have. Vonda, is there anything that you would like to add?
I would like to just add another sincere amount of thanks to everyone that joined today. You heard all of the success stories. And again, I guess it started with my own personal success story, seeing my former student on here. And I know that, hey, prayer works. Let's just say that. And we have stayed connected. We plan on Zooming again in the near future so that we can keep in touch. Jazzy and Samantha, I wish you the best. Encourage your peers to do what you're doing, because giving back is the best feeling. That gratification, you will never get enough of that feeling. So encourage your peers to do the same. And thank you all for joining us today.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for having us. It was great to be here.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.